Success as an entrepreneur isn't just about strategy and hustle. It's really about energy. It's about emotional intelligence and the vibration that you hold in every decision that you make, every conversation that you have, and every action that you take as an entrepreneur. You see, your business doesn't grow from what you do alone in isolation. It grows from who you be and the energy that you bring to the equation every single day. I'm Jeff, and today we're exploring why mastering emotional intelligence and vibration isn't just optional for entrepreneurs, it's actually essential for the success that they want to create, because emotions and energy are the invisible forces that shape every outcome that we create. There's a massive connection between emotional intelligence and vibration. Emotional intelligence is really it's the EQ. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and the reactions that we have to the emotions of others, and potentially influence the emotions of others to be more manageable. Vibration is the frequency of your thoughts, the frequency of your emotions, the frequency of the actions that you take. It's really the antenna that you are. It's the energetic signal that you're sending out into the world. And I like to teach that it's really your internal state that's creating your external reality, not just in the future, but in the present moment. This is what I call harmonic convergence in action. It's where your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions align and so perfectly that it creates a resonance that's undeniable. Entrepreneurs who master EQ and vibration are able to move through challenges with far more clarity. They're able to attract more opportunities that are specifically aligned to the vision that they have for themselves and their teams. And they're able to lead with authenticity in a way that they weren't otherwise able. Without mastering these emotional concepts, entrepreneurs are often reactionary and their lives are dominated by stress and indecision, chaos, because there's no awareness of any of these concepts. So their energy is just scattered and chaotic. There is a real good question to ask is really on a consistent basis. How do my emotions, how does my energy influence, or how is it influencing the outcomes that I'm experiencing in my business and my life right now? And when we ask ourselves that question on a consistent basis, we can consistently tune our frequency and our vibration up so that that antenna is more and more aligned with what we want to see brought forth in every moment. So the key takeaway here is that emotional intelligence and vibration are inseparable. One, emotional intelligence shapes your inner world. It shapes the frequency that you're bringing to the table, your ways of being. And vibration amplifies that way of being into reality. So why is this emotional intelligence so essential for leadership in general? Because leadership really isn't about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself so that others want to follow you as a leader, right? And leaders with high emotional intelligence, or EQ, are able to build trust faster. They're able to resolve conflicts with more clarity. They're able to inspire teams with their own authenticity in ways that they never were before, and the ways that most leaders are not. Neuroscience shows that emotions are contagious. So if we have a leader who is in an emotional state, either negative or positive, it's going to influence the entire team's performance, right? Harmonic convergence is a concept that I like to talk about, and it's really about the alignment of emotions with positive intent. When entrepreneurs and leaders are able to have these things be true, then they're able to elevate the collective vibration of the entire team. This is the convergence, the harmonic convergence of the team. And emotional intelligence is amazing for sharpening intuition as well, because when you're emotionally aware, you're going to make better decisions from a place of clarity and intention rather than reaction and chaos. So I often tell leaders to ask them the question, how am I leading through my emotional presence? And that is a really tough question to ask sometimes, because it can get real. We recognize that we're being too harsh on our team. We're being short with them. We're not giving them all the information. Our expectations are not just high, but unreasonable. And maybe you're projecting a lot of stress and chaos and uncertainty onto the team. So ask yourself, how am I leading through my emotional presence? This is a real game changer to start to identify that and gain an awareness around it. Because the most powerful leaders are really more emotional intelligent leaders. They master their own energy, and that elevates people around them, their team members and others, right? Every thought and emotion carries a vibration, and that vibration is either going to align with abundance and positivity, or it's going to align with scarcity or resistance or playing small, right? The frequency that you hold will determine what you attract, because people who are in an expansive state, who are in an abundant state of being, attract others that are in that same state, and vice versa. Confident, expansive energy is always going to magnetize and draw in more opportunities over time, where fearful and hesitant energy is going to repel them, right? So this is the principle of symbiotic transformation, where our external results are really mirrors of our internal state. And when we shift that vibration and project it out through our own antenna, then reality responds, and we can all evolve together. That's in symbiosis, right? So entrepreneurs that are intentional about the energy that they bring in the conversations that they have, the decisions that they make, the challenges that they face, it just makes all the difference when they're aware of the frequency that they're holding in any of those situations, and understanding whether it's in alignment in that present moment with the results that they want, and continuously holding themselves accountable to raising that vibration. Because when you vibrate at the frequency of trust, of frequency of possibility, confidence, that you're naturally going to attract people and opportunities that are aligning with that energy. So your vibration is really, it's like a magnet. And when you align it with clarity, with trust, with possibility, you can just watch how your reality is going to shift to meet you. So there are some practical steps that can elevate your EQ and your vibration. And these are daily emotional check-ins. So when you start your day or throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What's my emotional state? Label that emotional state. This is an awareness that's going to reduce the reactionary state that you're in. Once you identify it and name it, just determine whether it's a low vibration or a high vibration emotion. If it's a low vibration, ask, why is this emotion coming up? What can it teach me? Always look for the lesson. And then ask yourself, as a second step, what's the higher level perspective of this? What can it teach me? What is it bringing to me that is going to be positive? Consistently reframe that awareness, those emotions, and over time, you will reprogram how you react to any given situation. The second thing is to have a practice of intention setting for vibration. So by starting each day with an energetic intention, for example, today I choose to lead with clarity, trust, and abundance. Just by stating that as a sort of like intentional anchor point for your day, that's going to allow your entire energetic being to start to orient itself towards that. Today, I choose to lead with clarity, trust, and abundance. Clarity, trust, and abundance are going to be way more true for you just because you set that intention and anchored that in with that affirmation. Another way that you can increase your EQ and your frequency and your vibration is through breath work and grounding. So whenever you feel chaotic, whenever you feel more scattered, breath work can really help. And it doesn't have to be intense like Wim Hof level breath work. You can do box breathing where it's just breathe in, count of 4, breathe out, count of 4. You're just basically boxing it in and keeping a specific cadence of your breath instead of doing some extreme breath work. Just slow your breath down, make it more intentional, and ground your energy. This is going to reset your vibration. Grounding in nature connects you to the present moment and helps you respond with more clarity instead of reaction. So grounding with breath, grounding in nature, just giving yourself a moment to step back from some reactionary thing that's happening is going to give you that connection to the present moment. And then another thing is reflection and reframing. So when you're faced with a challenge, always ask, how can I see this different? What is it teaching me? Always ask, what is it teaching me? Always learn the lesson of the emotion that's coming up, the challenge that you're facing. The opportunity to learn is the biggest opportunity that you have over time. Reframe everything from the perspective of it's a problem to it's an opportunity. Shift that. Reprogram. Rewire your brain. Everything is an opportunity. And it's daily work to master this. And it's a practice, not a perfect. It's about consistency. It's about conscious intention. It's about the courage to make these shifts when they're needed so that you can start to build the practice of awareness and intention over time. And over time, it's just going to become easier and easier for you. It has a very big impact on business growth. I mean, emotion and vibration, because businesses don't grow from just a single person's effort. At least if you have big goals, you're going to need people to support your vision. And having alignment with, energetically, and having some of these EQ skills are what's really going to help you build stronger teams, stronger relationships, handle stress better, be more innovative, be more creative. Entrepreneurs who manage their vibration are going to attract more opportunities, and they're going to have more flow in their lives, and it's going to be a lot easier over time. So when you lead with this level of emotional mastery and vibrational awareness, you're really creating a business that will resonate with success. It'll resonate with trust. It'll resonate with innovation, and the opportunities will magnetize to you because you'll be open to them. So business growth or growing in business, I'm just thinking of my own journey here. It's like really requires personal growth. I cannot grow in business without my own personal growth being at the forefront of what I do. I'm only going to get to a certain level in business based on where I'm being held back in my personal life, mostly through my emotions, less than my capabilities, because I can always delegate something that I don't know how to do, but I can't overcome the self-imposed emotional limitations or subconscious limitations that I have without facing them, right? So mastering my emotions allows me to elevate my energy and expand in a more natural way through flow rather than force. So these are the hidden codes, really, emotional intelligence and vibration. The hidden codes of entrepreneurship, they shape how we lead, they shape how we attract opportunities and people, they shape how we grow. So when you're mastering your emotions with this level of awareness, this level of reflection, it makes a huge difference. It makes all the difference. So elevating your vibration with conscious intention and daily practices is essential to entrepreneurship. and leading with energy that is going to inspire, empower, and resonate with others is it just makes such a big difference. So it's not all about strategy. It's really about alignment, and aligning with the emotional mastery will create the inevitable success that you deserve by doing this level of work. So if this resonates with you as an entrepreneur, as a business person, or just in your personal life, stay connected here. Share your thoughts, and let's continue the journey of conscious leadership and really leaning into the fact that we do have infinite potential if we're willing to take the action necessary to reach it. So we're not just part of this shift towards this newer version of humanity, this higher level evolution of humanity. We are the shift. So let's lead it and shape it together.